Hello, my wonderful students. Welcome back to English Mastery Hub. I'm Logan, and I'm very happy to see you here today. I hope you are feeling ready and excited, because this lesson can change the way you learn English. Let me ask you something. How many minutes of free time do you have every day? 10, 20, maybe even more? Here is a secret. If you use even a small part of that free time for English, your skills will grow faster than you think. Today, I will show you how to use your free time to practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing, even if you are busy. Every tip will be simple and easy. You will see that small steps can make a big change. So, are you ready to turn your free time into learning time? Let's begin this journey together. When I was learning English, I thought I needed a lot of time, maybe 1 or 2 hours every day, to make progress. But I didn't always have that much free time. Sometimes I was busy with school, work, or family. I felt I could not learn if I didn't have a big block of time. But then I discovered something very important. I realized I could use my small free moments to learn. I started with very small steps. When I was waiting for the bus, I listened to a short English podcast. It was only 5 minutes, but I learned new words. When I was cooking dinner, I spoke to myself in English. I said simple sentences like, "I am cutting the onion," or "the water is boiling." This helped me think in English without even opening a book. Before bed, I took 10 minutes to read a short English story. Sometimes I read only 1 page. But that was okay, because I was still learning every day. These small actions seemed too simple at first, but after a few weeks, I noticed I was understanding more and speaking better. I understood that learning English is like saving money. If you put a small amount of money in a jar every day, it grows into a big amount over time. The same happens with English. If you use your small free moments, they add up, and soon you will see big progress. You do not need to wait for the perfect time or the perfect place. The best time to learn is now. Even if you only have 5 minutes. You can listen to a song, repeat a sentence, or read a short text. The important thing is to use the time you have, not to wait for more. At first you might think, 5 minutes is not enough. But remember, 5 minutes every day for 1 week is 35 minutes. In 1 month, it's more than 2 hours. And in 1 year, it's over 24 hours. That's 1 whole day of English practice, just from small free moments. So, don't say, "I don't have time." Instead, find your small moments. It could be while walking, waiting, eating, or resting. Turn those moments into English time. Listen, read, speak, or write, even for a short time. These little steps are your secret power, and they can make you fluent faster than you imagine. One day, you will look back and see how much you learned, and you will thank yourself for using your free time wisely. Listening is one of the easiest ways to use your free time for learning English. You do not need to sit at a desk or open a book to listen. You can listen almost anywhere and anytime. You can listen while walking to school, while cleaning your house, while exercising, or even while relaxing on your bed. This makes listening a very powerful tool for busy people. Here is what you can do. You can download short English podcasts to your phone. These can be stories, news, or lessons. Even a short podcast of 5 or 10 minutes can help you learn new words and sounds. You can also listen to English songs. Music can help you remember words more easily because the rhythm and melody make them stick in your mind. You can also watch short videos in English with subtitles. When you see the words and hear them at the same time, you learn both spelling and pronunciation. The best thing is that listening does not need extra time in your day. You can listen while doing something else. If you are washing dishes, put your earphones on. If you are walking to the shop, play a podcast. If you are waiting in line, listen to an English song. These moments may seem small, but they help your brain get used to the sound of English. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. This is very important. Many learners stop listening because they feel frustrated when they cannot understand everything. But you do not need to understand 100%. Your brain is amazing. It can catch patterns, sounds, and words, even if you are not fully focused. Over time, you will notice that you understand more and more without trying so hard. Think of listening like watering a plant. Each time you listen, you give your brain a little water of English. At first, you may not see a big change, but slowly, your English will grow stronger and healthier. Here is another tip. Listen to things you enjoy. If you like sports, listen to sports news in English. If you like cooking, listen to cooking videos. If you like stories, listen to English audiobooks. When you enjoy the topic, your brain is more active, and you will remember better. Another helpful idea is to listen to the same audio many times. The first time, you might only understand a few words. The second time, you will notice more. By the third or fourth time, you will understand even more and start repeating words in your head. Repetition makes your learning faster. So, make listening a daily habit. It can be in the morning when you wake up, during your lunch break, or before you sleep. The more your ears hear English, the more natural it will feel to you. One day, you will suddenly realize that you understand a whole conversation without translating in your head. That will be your reward for using your free time wisely. You do not need another person to practice speaking English. You can practice by yourself, anytime and anywhere. Speaking is not only something you do in a classroom or with a teacher. You can speak when you are walking, cooking, cleaning, or even when you are alone in your room. The more you speak, the more natural it will feel. One simple way to practice is called self-talk. This means you speak to yourself in English. You can describe what you see, what you are doing, or what you are thinking. For example, if you are cooking, you can say, "I'm cutting vegetables." "The onion is white. I'm frying potatoes." If you are outside, you can say, "I see a red car. The sky is blue. The sun is bright." These sentences may be simple, but they help your brain connect English words to real life. This is how you start to think in English. Another great method is shadowing. In shadowing, you listen to a sentence in English and then repeat it right away. You try to copy the speed, tone, and pronunciation of the speaker. It is like you are a shadow following their words. For example, if you hear, "Today is a beautiful day," you repeat, "Today is a beautiful day," exactly the same way they say it. This trains your mouth and tongue to move in the right way for English sounds. You can use shadowing with podcasts, videos, or songs. Start with short sentences and repeat them until they feel easy. At first, it might feel strange or difficult, but the more you do it, the better you will sound. Your accent will improve, and your speech will become smoother. When you practice speaking alone, you should not worry about making mistakes. There is no one to correct you or judge you, so you can speak freely. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to keep your mouth moving and to make English words feel natural. You can also practice with your phone. Record yourself speaking for 1 or 2 minutes about anything, your day, your plans, your favorite food. Then listen to the recording. This will help you notice if you are speaking clearly and which words you need to practice more. If you have a mirror, try speaking in front of it. Look at yourself and speak confidently. This will help you practice facial expressions and mouth movements. It will also make you feel more confident when speaking to other people. Even if you are shy, remember this. Speaking to yourself is powerful practice. Many fluent English speakers improved by speaking alone before they ever spoke to other people. Every time you speak, you are building a habit. And when the moment comes to speak with someone else, you will be ready. So, make speaking part of your daily life. Talk to yourself, shadow your favorite speakers, record your voice, and practice in front of the mirror. These small daily actions will make you more confident and fluent step by step. One day you will speak without thinking, and that is when you will know you have succeeded. Reading in English does not have to be boring or difficult. Many learners think they must read big books or complicated articles, but that is not true. You can start with small and simple reading materials. You can read short articles, social media posts, simple books, or even English captions under pictures and videos. The most important thing is to choose something that you enjoy, because when you enjoy it, you will read more. Always try to keep something to read with you. It can be a small book in your bag or saved articles on your phone. This way, whenever you have a few free minutes, you can read. For example, if you are waiting in line, sitting on a bus, or resting after work, you can open your book or phone and read a little. Even 5 minutes of reading can give you new words and ideas. Over time, these small moments will build your reading skills. You do not need to understand every single word when you read. If you see a new word, try to guess its meaning from the sentence. If you still don't know, you can check it in a dictionary. A useful tip is to underline or highlight new words or write them in a notebook. Later, try to use these words when you speak or write. When you use a word in real life, you remember it much better. You can also read things that are connected to your hobbies or interests. If you like cooking, read recipes in English. If you like sports, read sports news. If you like stories, read short English stories or comics. When the topic is interesting to you, your brain will work harder to understand, and you will enjoy the learning process. Start with short and easy texts. As you improve, you can slowly move to longer and more difficult ones. Reading a little every day is better than reading a lot only once in a while. Consistency is the key. Another good idea is to read the same text more than once. The first time, you focus on understanding the meaning. The second time, you notice new words or grammar. The third time, you might even read aloud to practice pronunciation. This way, you learn more from the same text. You can also try paired reading and listening. This means you read a text while listening to the audio version. This helps you connect the written words with the correct pronunciation. It also makes reading more fun and active. Remember, reading is not only about learning new words. It also helps you understand how sentences are built, how grammar works, and how ideas are expressed in English. Every page you read is like a small step forward on your English journey. So, keep something to read with you, choose topics you enjoy, and make reading a part of your daily routine. Even a few minutes can make a big difference over time. One day, you will be able to read fluently and enjoy English books, articles, and stories without any difficulty. That is the reward of using your free time wisely. Writing in English is a very powerful way to improve because it makes you think in English. When you write, you must choose the right words, put them in the right order, and express your ideas clearly. The good news is that you can practice writing even if you only have a few minutes each day. You do not need to write long essays or big stories to see progress. Small, simple writing can help you improve a lot. One easy way to start is by keeping a mini journal. A journal is a small notebook or a file on your phone where you write about your life. Every day, write 1 or 2 sentences about what happened. For example, today was sunny. I went to the park. I felt happy. Or, I cooked rice for lunch. It was delicious. My family enjoyed it. These short sentences are easy to write, and they help you use English to talk about real things in your life. You can also write short messages to yourself. For example, you can make a to-do list in English. Buy milk. Call my friend. Finish homework. This way, you use English in a practical and useful way. If you have friends who are learning English, you can write short messages to them in English too. Even a simple message like, "How are you today?" or "I hope you have a great day," is good practice. Another idea is to write about things you see around you. If you are sitting in a cafe, write, "I see a red cup on the table. The coffee smells good. People are talking." If you are outside, you can write, "The sky is blue. The birds are singing. A car is passing." This kind of writing makes you notice details and describe them in English. If you see a new word while reading or listening, write it down and make a sentence with it. For example, if you learn the word beautiful, you can write, "The garden is beautiful." This helps you remember the new word and learn how to use it in a real sentence. Writing can also be fun and creative. You can try writing short stories or even small dialogues between 2 people. For example, A. Hello, how are you? B. I'm fine, thank you. And you? A. I'm good. What are you doing? B. I'm reading a book. Practicing this kind of writing will help you speak more naturally too. The best part about writing is that you can do it anywhere, on paper, on your phone, or even in your mind before you write it down. The more you write, the more confident you will become. At first, your sentences might be short and simple. But with practice, you will write longer and more interesting sentences. Do not worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are a normal part of learning. If you are not sure about a word or sentence, you can check it later in a dictionary or ask someone. The most important thing is to keep writing and not to stop because of fear of mistakes. If you make writing a daily habit, you will soon notice that it becomes easier and faster. You will also see that your speaking improves, because the words you write will come to your mind more quickly when you talk. Writing trains your brain to think directly in English, and that is a big step toward fluency. So, use your free time to write a sentence, a note, a short message, or a mini story. Every small piece of writing will bring you closer to your goal of speaking and understanding English with confidence. Small actions can be very powerful when you do them every day. This is why habits are so important for learning English. A habit is something you do regularly without thinking too much about it. For example, brushing your teeth in the morning is a habit. You do it automatically. If you make English practice a habit, you will improve without feeling stressed or tired. The secret is to choose one activity, listening, speaking, reading, or writing, and do it at the same time every day. When you do something at the same time, it becomes part of your daily life. For example, you can always listen to English on your way to work or school. You can read a short article during your lunch break. You can write in your journal before bed. You can speak to yourself in English while cooking dinner. These small routines help you practice without needing extra time in your day. When you first start, you might need to remind yourself to practice. You can use an alarm on your phone or write a note to remember. But after a few weeks, it will feel natural. You will not need a reminder because your brain will already expect it at that time. This is how habits work. At first, you need to think about them, but later, they happen automatically. Another tip is to start small. If you try to do too much at once, you might feel tired and stop. Instead, begin with something very easy. For example, listen to English for 5 minutes each day. After a week, you can make it 10 minutes. Or start by writing one sentence in your journal, then slowly write more. Small steps are easier to keep, and they still make a big difference over time. It is also helpful to connect your English habit to something you already do. For example, if you drink tea every morning, you can listen to an English podcast while drinking it. If you go for a walk in the evening, you can practice speaking to yourself in English. This way, your English practice will fit naturally into your life. Remember, habits turn effort into routine, and routine builds fluency. When you practice a little every day, your brain stays connected to English. You keep learning even without noticing it. Over weeks and months, these small actions add up to big progress. Sometimes you may feel lazy or busy, and you might want to skip your habit. On those days, try to do at least a very small version of it. For example, if you are too tired to read a whole page, read just one sentence. If you cannot listen for 10 minutes, listen for 1 minute. The important thing is to keep the habit alive. You can also track your progress. Make a calendar and put a check mark every day you practice. When you see many check marks in a row, you will feel proud and motivated to continue. If you make English a habit, you will not need to push yourself so hard. Practice will become part of your life, just like eating, walking, or sleeping. And one day, you will realize that you are speaking, understanding, reading, and writing in English naturally, all because of the small actions you turned into daily habits. Let's be honest, we all waste time sometimes. Maybe you scroll on social media for a long time, watch random videos that do not help you, or just sit and do nothing. This happens to everyone. But if you really want to improve your English, you need to see where your time is going and make better choices. Think about your day. How much time do you spend looking at your phone without any real purpose? How much time do you watch videos that you forget right after? Even 15 minutes here and there can add up to many hours in a week. If you take just 15 minutes of that wasted time and use it for English, you will make a big change in your learning. In 1 month, that is more than 7 extra hours of English practice. 7 hours. That is like having a full extra class each month, without paying anything and without adding more hours to your day. Replacing wasted time is easier than you think. For example, if you are about to open social media, open an English podcast app instead. If you want to watch a funny video, choose one in English. If you are about to lie on the bed doing nothing, read a short English story or write a few sentences in your journal. You do not have to stop relaxing or having fun. Just choose fun things that also help you learn. One of the biggest secrets to learning faster is protecting your free time. Your free time is your chance to build your future. Every minute you spend on English is an investment. Think of it like planting seeds. If you plant good seeds every day, one day you will have a big, beautiful garden. But if you plant nothing, you will have nothing to grow. Sometimes you might feel that small actions are not enough, but remember, small actions done regularly become powerful over time. If you waste those minutes, they are gone forever. But if you use them for learning, they become part of your progress. You can even make a list of time wasters in your life. Write down the things that take your time but do not help you. Then write a plan for what you will do instead. For example, instead of scrolling social media for 30 minutes, I will listen to an English lesson for 15 minutes and then check social media for only 15 minutes. Instead of watching 3 random videos, I will watch one video in English about something I like. When you make this small change, you will notice that you have more time for English than you thought. You will also feel more in control of your day. At first, it may be difficult to replace your habits. You might feel like going back to your usual time wasters. But if you stay strong for a few weeks, it will get easier, and soon you will prefer doing something useful with your free time. Remember, your future depends on what you do today. If you want to speak English fluently, you need to give it your time and attention. Protect your free time. Use it for learning, practicing, and improving. Every minute you save from wasting is a gift you give to your future self. Every time you use your free time to practice English, you are winning. It doesn't matter if you only learn one new word or understand one new sentence. It is still progress. Learning happens step by step, and each step brings you closer to your goal. So whenever you finish even a small bit of practice, feel proud of yourself. Say to yourself, I am improving every day. This simple sentence can give you confidence and make you want to keep going. These small wins are like small lights on your learning path. They keep you motivated, they make learning more fun, and they remind you that your effort is working. My dear students, now you know the secret. You don't need big study hours to become better in English. You just need to turn your small free moments into learning moments. When you do this, you make English a natural part of your day, and progress comes faster than you expect. Let's repeat these truths together. I can learn English in my free time. Every minute is a chance to improve. Small steps make big progress. I am turning my free time into English time. Remember, the time you have today will never come back. You cannot save it for later. So, use it wisely. Use it for your dreams. Use it for your English. Every small moment you use for learning is a gift to your future self. Thank you for joining me today on English Mastery Hub. If you enjoyed this lesson, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And tell me in the comments, how will you turn your free time into English time today? Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining.